There's a number, not your credit score, not your salary, not your bank account balance. A different number, a number most people never calculate. A number that quietly tells the truth about your financial life. Because here's the uncomfortable reality. You can make six figures, drive a nice car, live in a good neighborhood, and still be moving backwards financially. At the same time, someone earning much less than you could be building real wealth. So what creates the difference? It's not always income. It's one simple number. And today I'm going to show you exactly what it is, how to calculate yours in less than 60 seconds, and what to do if that number is lower than you expected. Because once you see this number, you can't ignore it anymore. It's 7:14 in the evening. I'm sitting across from a guy named Marcus. Marcus is 41 years old, senior manager at a logistics company. His salary, around $112,000 a year. From the outside, Marcus is doing everything right. Nice house, stable career, family, comfortable lifestyle. Most people would look at him and say, he's successful. But then Marcus said something I'll never forget. I've been working since I was 22. That's almost 20 years. And honestly, I don't know if I'm any closer to financial freedom than when I started. So I asked him one question. Marcus, what's your net worth compared to your annual income? He paused. Then he said, I don't know. I've never calculated that. And that's where most people are. They know how much they make. They know their monthly bills. They know their paycheck. But they don't know the number that actually shows whether they're building wealth or just surviving. That number is called your wealth ratio. Here's how you calculate it. First, figure out your net worth. Take everything you own that has value. Your savings, your investments, your retirement accounts, your home equity, any real assets. Then subtract your debts. What's left is your net worth. Now divide that number by your annual income. That result is your wealth ratio. Simple example. If you make $100,000 a year and your net worth is $50,000, your wealth ratio is 0.5. Now, what does that number actually mean? A low wealth ratio, below 0.1, usually means your income is supporting your lifestyle but not creating assets. Money comes in, money goes out. Very little stays behind. A ratio between 0.1 and 0.5 means you are building slowly but moving in the right direction. A ratio between 0.5 and 1.0 means you are on track, playing the long game correctly. And when your net worth eventually exceeds your annual income, that's where real wealth starts to become visible. Not social media wealth, not look rich wealth. Real wealth, the kind where your money gives you choices, the kind where one bad month doesn't destroy everything. And this is where most people get confused. They think wealth comes from making more money, but income is only the fuel. The engine is what you keep. Because two people can earn the exact same salary and 5 years later have completely different financial lives. One person gets a raise and immediately upgrades their lifestyle. Bigger house, more expensive car, more subscriptions, more spending. The other person gets the same raise, but increases their investments, builds assets, keeps expenses under control. Same income, different wealth ratio, completely different future. This is what wealthy people understand that most people never learn. They don't just chase income, they build the gap between income and expenses. Every dollar that stays has a chance to compound. Every asset you build moves the number higher. And over time, that number becomes the difference between working forever and actually having options. Now let's go back to Marcus. When we calculated his wealth ratio, his number was 0.21. After 20 years of working, earning over $100,000 per year, his wealth was much lower than he expected. He didn't panic. He went quiet. And then he said, why has nobody ever shown me this before? Because for the first time, Marcus had a clear picture. No guessing, no assumptions, no pretending everything was fine. He finally had a starting point. And that's where real financial progress begins. Not with a perfect budget, not with a magical investment, not with a hot stock tip, with awareness. So if your wealth ratio is lower than you want it to be, here is the honest path forward. Step 1. Calculate your number today, not next week. Today, you need to know where you actually stand before you can move anywhere meaningful. Step 2. Find what's keeping the number low. Usually it's one of three things. High interest debt destroying accumulation, lifestyle inflation that resets every time income rises, or money sitting in a savings account losing value to inflation instead of actually compounding. Step 3. Pick one lever and move it. Just one. Not a complete financial overhaul. Not a new budget app. One lever. Maybe it's automating a small investment the day your paycheck lands. Maybe it's eliminating one high-interest debt faster than the minimum requires. Maybe it's stopping one lifestyle upgrade that felt like a reward, but actually just reset the ratio back to zero. One lever, moved consistently for 12 months. Then check the ratio again, and the number will be different. Not dramatically, not life-changingly, not yet, but different. And different means it's working. 18 months after that evening, Marcus sent me a message. His wealth ratio had moved from 0.21 to 0.34, still not where he wants it, but the direction had changed. For the first time in 20 years, the number was moving the right way, and he said something I think about often. I didn't change everything. I just started paying attention to the number. That's it. That is the whole insight. Most people manage their feelings about money. They feel successful because they earn well. They feel secure because they have a job. They feel wealthy because they can afford things. But feelings and ratios are different things. Your wealth ratio doesn't care about appearances. It doesn't care about excuses. It only reflects what your money is actually building. And once you start watching it, once you make it real, calculate it, track it, protect it, your relationship with every financial decision quietly changes. Not because you become obsessed, but because you finally have a compass. And a compass changes everything. When you've been walking without direction, calculate your number today. Write it down. Then ask yourself the one question Marcus eventually asked himself. Is this number moving in the right direction? If yes, keep building. If no, now you know exactly what to fix. Because wealth doesn't start with a bigger paycheck. It starts with understanding what your money is actually doing. And once you see it clearly, everything changes. If this opens something up for you, subscribe. Because every week this is what we do here. We cut through the noise. We find the real levers. And we build wealth the way it actually works. Quietly, consistently, and on purpose. I'm Adam, your money mindset coach. And this is just the beginning.